Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the VP Concepts YouTube channel. It is May and it is Mother's Day weekend. So if you're watching this this weekend, happy Mother's Day. I hope you enjoyed celebrating your mother and in your special way that you do. And I know I was able to. And if you're seeing this after Mother's Day, then I hope you had a wonderful Mother's Day because this video is obviously timeless. So the reason that, well, shoot, let's get right into, not the reason why I did this video yet, but let me share some things with you I did this month that were very special to me and I'm going to pass on to you. So this has been an incredible month for music. I was able to see 3 groups, and that usually does not happen. But in Seattle, the action is starting to happen. The energy is picking up. We're into spring and summer coming in with weather in the 80s and 90s now, and things are starting to happen. And so I'm getting out more myself. And I was able to check out a couple of bands which I'm going to share with you now, a little snippet of each. I know a lot of you guys on my channel are obviously music lovers and you appreciate this kind of stuff, live music. So the first group I got to see was the Portland Cello Project over at the Triple Door in downtown Seattle. And for those of you who like cello music, they're pretty awesome. They jammed out. It was a 90s versus 90s kind of event where they played like Black Hole Sun and Nirvana and Susie and the Banshees and stuff like that, and those kind of songs and groups. And it was a lot of fun to hear it in that format. And matter of fact, I'll show you a clip right now so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, wasn't that cool, right? So secondly, the Bill Charlotte Trio came to Jazz Alley, and I love Jazz Alley. I got to see Acoustic Alchemy there and Haley Loren. So it's a great venue for jazz, and Bill Charlotte was no exception. I got to sit right behind the piano where he was playing. Guys, have you ever heard of high-end Steinway piano played live when you're right behind it? Oh my God, it gave me the chills. It brought tears to my eyes. The notes were so sweet. It's what I aspire to have my 2-channel audio system sound like, right? So here is a clip of me catching some tunes with him right now. Guys, wasn't that absolutely beautiful? Okay. And then thirdly, as I was walking home last night, kind of an impromptu event, I turned to my right, walking down Occidental Park there in Pioneer Square, and I saw Frederick Holmes Art Gallery. And in there was a guy setting up a saxophone and some drums and an upright bass. And I was like, what? So I took my headphones out and walked over there, and Frederick was amazing and introduced himself to me. And I bought a ticket on the spot. The band was playing in 40 minutes from then. And so I ran home, got changed, and came back and got to see that. So here's a view of his art gallery and of Mark Lewis, who was playing. Mark Lewis, gosh, he's been around forever. And I grabbed a couple of his CDs actually and got them autographed after the show. But here is the art gallery, and here is Mark Lewis.
No, I got 2 girlfriends.
Isn't that awesome? He's been in Pioneer Square for 11 years. He's been in art about 40 years, and he's a big jazz aficionado, which I love. And I'm so glad I walked into that store. And he's going to be doing those events, once a month. So if you guys love art, if you guys are into jazz and you're in the Washington area, come check it out. Downtown Seattle, Pioneer Square. A great guy, great store, and a great event that he put on. So thanks to him. Okay. So now that I've shown you guys those events, let's go ahead onto the unboxing of these, and then I'll explain to you why I got them, the purpose, and what I think. Okay, here we go. Okay guys, here we go. This, right away you can notice compared to the other headphones I've purchased, the other IEMs, the boxing of those other items as you go up in price got better, but I had no idea how much better it would get as you went into the $2,000 price point area. The fact that the presentation is so nice kind of, obviously adds to that feeling when you open everything up that you've got something of high quality and, kind of bespoke. So this is I believe this is the left ear, and they're not the same. They're going to be different on each piece because they're unique, handmade. So there's crushed seashell and abalone, mother of pearl, in these. It might be a little bit hard to pick up on camera, but you can see the Canary wording engraved in there. Okay, and then as you flip it over, you're going to see some writing on there, which is the isobaric hybrid, AAW, the name of the company. This is I'll get more into what it's made of and everything after we finish showing these guys off to you here. But this one has more purple in it, which I really like that. So as you can see, each side is unique. And the serial number also is in the top. And that number actually means something to me. And I'll explain that in a minute as well. Okay, you can actually see the material, see through it and see the drivers in there. Very high quality. Okay, also even the box that the cable comes in, Symphonium, I believe is the name of the company here written on there, how you pronounce it. And this is unique as well because unlike my other IEMs that just came with standard basic cables, this is a $300 cable. It's a 4-core, and it is pure silver and copper, not plated. So two of these cores are pure silver, and has some fake carbon fiber design on there, which isn't anything to me. I prefer real carbon fiber, but again, a $300 cable coming with these, and for once, the cable actually meets my expectations. It's pretty amazing. Okay, so I'm going to switch the camera over here and go over these with you, but I just wanted to have kind of a dedicated little unboxing here to show you what they are displayed in when you buy them. And we'll be right back. Okay, so that's it, guys. Aren't they beautiful? So the reason that I wanted to purchase these guys was obviously I love music and I love having the ability to take portable music with me at a high level. And honestly, I've been lacking in that area. When it comes to my in-house listening, as you guys know, I have my Sennheiser HD600s with the Axios cable. And I also have the Odyssey LCD XCs in full carbon fiber with the Kimber Cable Axios hybrid cable. So I've invested in my in-home listening with the headphones, and I've really thoroughly enjoyed it just as much as I do when I'm listening without them in the big system, okay? So where I was lacking, however, was in the IEM area. And as coincidence would have it, a buddy of mine in Vegas sent me a set of his IEMs that he has, and they're up there in the $2,500 range. And I was like, are you kidding me? You have these? Hi, Shake, if you're watching. I just couldn't believe that my buddy had that high level of headphone, and it surprised me. And then it got me thinking, why don't I? I had the perspective to share with you guys what I invest in for myself, And a lot of you guys rely on advice from me. Often I'm answering emails late at night about, hey, I'm thinking about this item or that item, or what do you think? And I really enjoy doing that with you guys. And when it comes to on-ear headphones, I'm pretty confident, or over the ear, you know what I mean? And then when it comes to, my 2-channel setups in the house, I've broken everything down from power, to foundation, to isolation devices, to upgraded fuses, etc. I have a pretty good perspective, obviously, of that area. So, big headphones covered, 2-channel audio covered, IEMs not so much, right? And I've shared with you in the past that I started with the One Mores. They were like $99 on Amazon just to have something better than the Apple products. And then I went over to the Creative Audiophile. They were like $150, and that was a little bit of a step up. And then, recently, within the past year, I unboxed and showed you guys the 7 Hertz Timeless. And, that was another step up from 150 to about 230. And then and my most recent video was actually with my Basin MT Pros, planar magnetics. And those were about the same price as the Timeless, and they were better than the Timeless. Matter of fact, I've since upgraded the cable and the earbuds to really take it next level, and I've been really impressed with that. But the point is that when I share stuff with you guys, I like to have perspective from the lowest level to the highest level. Like when I worked in the 3 retail audio stores in Las Vegas, I got to experience that. And I can do that for you guys in all my other products in here that I've got, except for the IEM area. So when Shake sent me that picture of his high-end headphones, I thought to myself, damn, why am I not doing this? Why am I compromising? Even though I don't think it's much of a compromise, these are incredible for the price. I don't have perspective to say that, right? Because you're only as wise as what you've experienced. So what I did is I went on, and just for shits and giggles, I went on to eBay and I typed in IEMs, and I put a price point of $800 to $2,000. And these popped up. And I'll be honest with you guys, a lot of what I purchase has to do with aesthetics. I don't just spend money on something that sounds good. I spend money on things that look good too. Not everybody does, and I can appreciate that. But for me, the visual investment, the tangibles of the touch, the look, the feel, the textures, how I interact with the item, whether it's a button on a CD player or if it's putting an IEM in your ear, I care about those things. And these grabbed me so fast, man, so fast. They were just gorgeous. And I thought, what are these things that are shining like this, green and purples? And when I started looking at them, there was not a lot of information. These are from Singapore, and I don't even think you can get them in the US. So I bought these based on wanting perspective for you guys, okay? Now, you can probably still get these secondhand, and you can also, if you want to find a dealer that can transfer them from Singapore, you can do that. I mean, I came across these, right? So this isn't as much a review of the item itself, but about what it is, what it represents, the technology, what you get for paying more, why you would want to pay more, those kind of things. So, not to jump ahead of myself, but when I saw these, I found out they were crushed seashell and abalone. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, I'm very into the ocean, and I donate to ocean cleanups, ocean conservation, saving seals from, fishing hooks and nets and stuff like that. I love the ocean. It's spiritual to me. So when I actually saw these with the crushed abalone and seashell, I just fell in love because it kind of represents something I'm passionate about outside of music. Okay, also the technology in here, guys. There are 2 isobaric drivers, and my friend in the 80s when we were into car audio, he was the first one in Las Vegas to have the Kicker isobaric subs. You guys remember those? They faced in at each other, either forward and back to back, but they were in that isobaric configuration. I just thought that was so cool that technology was in these. Then as I read more about them, I found out that they have electrostat tweeters. And as you guys who follow me know, back in Vegas, I had Martin Logan's, the SL3s. And I love electrostat. So having those electrostat tweeters, I just thought was so cool. So, right, you're starting to see a theme here. I'm really starting to connect with these. And another thing which is kind of nuts is the serial number, 1184. Ones and fours have been my favorite number for years. And it's just kind of those angel numbers, right? Those spiritual numbers, the ones and fours always come up on the clock and everything else. I just always get a kick out of that. So, you know, the 8 in the middle, you know, stands for, you know, in the Asian community, I believe 8s are good luck or infinity or prosperity. So when I saw the serial number, I just kind of laughed. It's like, wow, my 1s and 4s are in there with an 8. That's a good sign. So as you can see, you know, I started clicking with these things right away, not just from a device level, but just the uniqueness of it and how there were so many similarities with the electrostat tweeters, the isobaric subs, the seashells, and to top it off, they're called canaries. And I am out about 2 to 3 times a week feeding the birds. The seagulls, the crows, the sparrows down by the ocean at the park here in Seattle. You know, connect them with the birds. I mean, they'll walk right up to me and I'll hand feed the geese out there. I've got some video on my Instagram where I'm doing that. I know a lot of you guys follow me on there. A lot of time by the ocean and with birds. So I thought, man, these must be meant to be. And I looked up the price and they were $2,000, but on eBay, a guy had them for $900. And I hit him up and I said, hey, what's going on with these? He says, look, and believe it or not, the guy was in Vegas. What a coincidence. So, you know, I said, hey, I used to live in Vegas like 3 years ago. I grew up there. What's going on, man? What are you getting rid of them for? He says, I have tinnitus. I bought these and wanted to use them, but I have severe tinnitus and I can't use them. I just have to stick with my 2-channel audio setup. So he was an audiophile. So with that, I took the risk and I purchased them, and they're in mint condition and they're amazing. So now I'm starting to get a baseline here, right? Okay, we've got these two, you know, $99 to $230 IEMs I keep showing you guys and talking about. Well, what's it like to listen to a $2,000 headphone with all this technology in here? And matter of fact, guys, these also have 4 balanced armatures. So there's four or five, I think it's 4 balanced armatures, 2 electrostat tweeters, 2 isobaric subs. It's got a lot going on in it, a 4-way crossover. Get the techie stuff out of the way. So when I was listening to these, guys, I was actually disappointed at first. And again, another lesson in what I'm learning in this hobby. Cables just don't make a difference, but the ear tips make a difference. And I know I've been finding that out messing with my Bass and MT Pros. But at this level, I expected them just to be magic out of the box, and they weren't. So what I did is I looked at Critical's review of these, and they weren't good. Oh, the tweeter's not really integrated well, and such. And another reviewer said that the tones and timbres suffered, and I'm thinking, damn, you know, maybe I made a mistake. So after 2 weeks of trying 16 different pair of ear tips that came with the Timeless and the Basins and my Creative Audirvanas and the ones that came with these in the box, I was at a loss. And so I said, look, I'm going to have to go aftermarket. And I ended up getting a set of JVC, what were they called? JVC little dots, or you know, the JVC dots. And I didn't like them at all. And I sent them back. So I was really disappointed. I thought, man, there goes $900. I like my MT Pros better, right? So then I hit pay dirt. I got the Sedna Earfit Crystal ear tips. And I put these on and put them in and said, okay, here we go. Another disappointment. And Jesus, man, everything came in. Everything came in. The bass, this has sub bass like I never knew an IEM could have, first of all, right? The Bass and MT Pro hits really hard, but it does not go as deep as these. The punch, the way you feel it in your body, I understand now what you're getting when you start going up in levels, right? Again, perspective. The tweeter, which just wasn't integrating right, is now open, airy, effortless, sweet sounding. Everything was right with the tweeter. And the mid-range was buttery, realistic and warm. So I'm thinking, damn, now I hit pay dirt. For anyone, I mean, especially Critical reviewing these, he's not going to spend 17 pairs, his time on 17 pairs of IEM ear tips to make sure stuff that he reviews he likes, right? I did that because these are mine. These are my investment, and I'm keeping them, or I wanted to keep them right at the time, but I thought I wasn't going to, so I took the time to find and tune these to my liking. And the Sedna Crystal ear fits changed everything for me. Now the tones are right, the timbres are right, and I was listening to Pat Metheny Day Trip, and I just could not get it to sound right until I got these. And I was like, oh, okay, now I know what's going on. These are amazing headphones. They just don't like the ear tips. Now, for the life of me, guys, don't companies that build stuff at this level beta test or do focus groups on the ear tips they use? I don't know. But I can see why these got a bad review from Critical based on the ear tips it came with. So not only did I get experience with a high-end multi-driver special technology implemented IEM, but I had experience with not tube rolling, but ear tip rolling. Who would have thought, right? But just like with anything else in our 2-channel systems or anything else, tweaking, moving things around to your liking, we all do it. We all like our specific sound. And I don't think anything is going to come out of the box that's 100% perfect. You're going to have to do tweaks to it, just like you do with your car, right? You upgrade the headers, you get it chipped, you get a new exhaust, you get new tires and rims, etc. It's no different. I think at the level of the hobby that we're all at, most of you guys watching this channel, you understand the value in tweaks and changing things. So what this does over my $200 headphone, kudos to this $200 headphone, because this just takes everything and expands it, right? These are just as good at a lower level. But when you take this and you expand everything out to where there's more extended highs, the bass drives deeper and harder, there's much more separation of instruments, there's freaking razor sharp imaging and focus, and a sweetness and a maturity that you just don't get from a $200 headphone, period, right? And this is also a planar magnetic, not a dynamic driver. So there is different technologies here too. But look, when I go work out with these at the gym, which I use them for, man, especially like listening to anime when I'm on the treadmill or the elliptical machine, they are so good. As a matter of fact, I put the Crystal ear fits on these too. So I'm so happy with the money that I spent on these. With the ear tip upgrade, it was like $30. I think the cable on Amazon was actually like $40, and it actually comes apart and lets me do 4.4, 3.5, or 2.5 balanced. So even that in itself was a cool upgrade for these headphones that I reviewed a couple months ago with you guys. But that wasn't enough. I took these as far as I could get them, and I wanted to really understand what next level IEMs sound like. So yeah, guys, just like going from a tower speaker to a bookshelf speaker, the imaging and clarity and just pinpoint accuracy and the space between notes, it's just incredibly fast and articulate. And just like I said, going from a tower to a bookshelf, you get that same effect in your house. Okay, so that's enough rambling for the month. It was just so exciting to be able to understand what you get at this level of a headphone compared to just being in the $100 to $200, $300 area. It is a huge upgrade. I don't think you should worry about taking the risk, especially if you get a company that has a 30-day, exchange warranty or return. Try them out for yourself. Definitely cable swapping is valuable. Obviously ear tip swapping is valuable. That's what I've learned from having these. But Now, when I'm out walking in the park and I'm listening to stuff, I'm transported. I'm transported at the concert. I'm smiling. I'm in the zone. I just space out, man. It's like I'm sitting at my 2-channel audio system or having my large headphones on. Matter of fact, I did an A/B where I took the Odyssey LCDs and played them and the Sennheisers, and then I put these in, and everything just the scale shrunk down, just like going from the basins to these, that scale, right, difference. It's the same with the larger headphones, right? The scale went down, but the imaging and sense of space and all the accuracy and intimacy and quickness, it was at the LCD level and even more transparent because it stuck down in my ear, right? So I literally compromise no more. Whether I'm outside or listening at night without the big system plugged in, or in the daytime when I'm playing the big system, everything is equal now. So now, the next year or so, whenever we get new IEMs in, when we do, I'll actually say, yeah, guys, these are great at $200. Yeah, guys, these headphones are great at $2,000. And I have perspective. And I think without that, I was selling you guys short when I share with you, right? How can I give an opinion on something and say it's good when I don't know what really good sounds like? So with that, happy May. We'll do our traditional walk out the door like we always do, or out the window. Happy Mother's Day to y'all. And we'll catch you in June.